I'm kidding. Welcome to our Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book session. I can't stop saying Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book. I just keep saying it over and over. It's going over and over in my head. So I want you guys to have it stuck in your head now, so that way it won't be in mine anymore. That's what all this is. This is everything you need to make a teeny weeny book like this. Now, this is just a little notebook. You just undo the lace. This is my Alice in Wonderland book. It says Alice, but it's hard to see. And then you open it up, and there's just a little ephemera there. And then I took a tag from the kit. This whole thing is made with ephemera from a kit. And then I wrapped it around. This is just regular notebook and graph paper. And then I wrapped it around to kind of help hold it together. It's only held in with black elastic because these pages are so small. It's meant to be like a little notepad that you write your grocery list on or something, and then you pull the page out and throw it away. And then in the back here is, you open this up. It's held by a little black Velcro dot. You open it up, and there's a little bit of ephemera on the end. I can't get it. Must be a ghost holding it together on the end of a little piece of paper that folds out. We're not going to put one of these in the back of this one, only because the kit we're using, which is called Halloween, and it's by Victoria Designs, you can get it on Etsy, doesn't have one of these, but you never know, I might think of something. I've already got an idea for what we're going to do in the back. Now, I wanted this to be my cover. I hope you can see it. It's pretty cool. There you go. So our Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book is actually a little bit bigger than our Alice book. So this book is going to be 4 inches high and 2.5 inches wide. I believe that's right. 2 3/4 inches wide. The papers are 2.5. I'm sorry. I've been having a heck of a time with these measurements. All right. So 4 inches high, 2 3/4 inches wide. I'm going to make a note of that so I can correct it when I type this up. You see, this right here is how your PDFs get made. I just did this on the spur of the moment. I wasn't going to do it until tomorrow, but I really wanted to do it, so we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what you're going to need are 2 pieces of cardboard. Now, I made this from the box that some freezer vegetables came in, so it was fairly thin, so I glued 2 pieces together. So I cut out 4 pieces at 4 inches by 2 3/4, and then I glued them together on the shiny side, so all I had was the cardboard side. Okay, and then I did the same thing here, and this spine measurement is 4 inches tall and it's 1/2 inch wide. So you'll need to prepare those. And then the other things you're going to need are some cloth tape. This is athletic or medical tape. You're going to need some black paint. This is Apple Barrel. I think I paid $5 for this great big bottle. You're going to need some kind of alcohol ink or dye or something. Here's my homemade in black and purple. I decided to go for it. You're going to need some ephemera from your Halloweeny kit. You're going to need some ink to ink the edges of your ephemera from your Halloweeny kit. And you're going to need some sort of a, oops, this is the lace off of the Alice book, which I dyed. It goes over there with the Alice book out of the way. And then what I decided to do was I took some gauze, and I've kind of been pulling on it on purpose to kind of make it look kind of funky. And then I sprayed it with my black and my purple alcohol ink, and so I think it's going to be kind of a creepy, spooky, spider webby looking closure by the time I get done messing with it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is move all this stuff out of the way. We've got our pieces cut. We've cut out our ephemera and we've inked it. Okay, so we can put our ink away. Set our ephemera to the side. We've taken our ink, and to make this is easy. You just pour rubbing alcohol in one of these little spray bottles. You can get these spray bottles on Amazon. I think I got 6 of them for $9. I believe these are the 3-ounce ones. Anyway, you just put alcohol ink in as much as you want, and then you drop as many drops of food coloring in there to make whatever color it is you want. Very difficult. It's a very touchy situation. And I used Fabrifix to glue this together. It's very sturdy and it dries very quick. Okay, so to put this book together is so darn easy. I think I got everything on here. Oh, and you're going to need paper for the notebook part inside. This is, I dyed this paper using grape juice, so I don't know if you can tell that it's purple. And then the way I dried it, I actually dried it in my dehydrator. Well, okay, it's my toaster oven, but it's like a 12-in-1. It does all this different stuff. And one of the settings is dehydrate. You can make like banana chips and stuff like that in there. Anyway, and you can cook half a 12-inch pizza in that thing too. Anyway, now my brain is on pizza. No more Teeny Weeny Halloweeny in my brain. Now it's pizza. Anyway, so your pages, though, you're going to want them twice as wide so that when you fold it in half, it fits in your 2 3/4 book cover. Okay? So now these may need to be trimmed just a smidge. So that's everything that you need. So what we're going to do to make this book is really easy. Let me move that out of the way. Is really easy. You're just going to lay your parts down pretty close. And you're going to roll the tape across it. No, I'm kidding. And you're going to get your tape. No, I don't have my scissors. Get your tape. You're going to measure a piece. Or you're going to eyeball it like I just did. And you're just going to lay it down over the top of all 3 pieces. You're going to get the edges of both and the center. And you're just going to lay it down on there. And you're going to make sure it's securely attached. Then you're going to flip it over. This is not the sturdiest of books. It's just a teeny weeny book. It's a Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book. Can't help it. I did it again. And you're going to take another piece. This one's going to be easier because those are all already stuck together. And you're going to stick it on this side. Once you're sure everything is stuck, kind of run your finger in here to make a little crease. Make sure it folds. See, it's going to be real flimsy, but that's all right. We don't care. We're not going to run a marathon with it. We're just going to make notes and toss it in our purse or our man bag. It's a purse, man. It's a purse, man. Okay. I should have looked at this. This is a little bit off right here. It's not quite exactly even. But that's the way I'm going to roll today. I shouldn't have to cut anything else. Oh, except for the elastic for the closure. I will have to cut that. So this is just, excuse me, that was my stool. I'm wearing my painting apron so I don't get paint on anything. This is just elastic thread, and we're just going to tie it around here to put our papers in. So we do need some of that. I forgot to write it on the list. Elastic thread. or string or whatever it's called. I think it's called thread. All right, so now we're done with the tape. We can put our tape away, and we're done with our ink. We are done with our nothing else. Okay, now what we're going to do is you're going to get out a piece of paper so you don't get your tabletop messed up. And we're going to paint this. So once I paint the first coat, then I'm going to have to pause the video because you have to wait for it to dry. And you're probably, it's okay, the tape will take the paint. In fact, since it's the cloth tape, it paints really well. Don't use magic marker because this cloth tape will suck the ink right out of your magic marker. And I'm telling you this from experience. So you see it soaks the paint right in. So doing it twice is probably gonna. So you're just gonna paint it. I guess I could have painted one side. Doesn't take very long though. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It just has to be black. So we're gonna paint it black. Is that a song? Paint it black? I know. Anyway, I know there's a fade to black. Don't forget to get your edges. Even your tape. Which is going to be a little messy, but just make sure that when you look at it from the end, you don't see white or cardboard. That's why it's not going to matter that this is off a little bit. When you paint things black, it makes it a little more forgiving. You're not really going to notice it. And it's a little scruffy right here too, so I think that adds to the kind of spooky Halloween. So I'm going to finish painting this, and I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to paint a second coat on here and let that dry. And so when I come back after our commercial break and you're listening to your Jeopardy music, then we will finish putting this together. Okay, have you gotten everything inked up? Did you get your little Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book painted? 2 coats of black paint. So right now it should look like this. Okay, and now what we're going to do next is I did try this out because I just got my crocodile the other day, and I'm not really sure that I was going to be able to do this correctly. So what I did was I punched 2 holes and I put an eyelid in one just to test it out. And now I'm going to put an eyelid in the other one because we're going to run this string through it. And we don't want to run it around the top because it's going to pull on it. And this is not super strong. Remember, this is just cardboard. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know if that's lined up or not. Yeah, I don't think it's lined up because the other one went in really easy. Yes, it's not lined up. So let me get another one. And the first one went in so perfectly. Perfectly. I was so proud of myself. I should have gone ahead and done the other one while I was on a roll. I knew once I started to try to do it on camera that it wouldn't work. Now I'm an odd man out. They come in pairs. Oh, actually, no, I'm not, because the other day I messed one up when I tried it for the very first time. Okay. Now, the trick is, I think I have to put my head sideways. Trick is to do it like that. Yeah. Ta-da! Ha-ha! I love my crocodile already. Even if I wasn't able to do this because now we've got these two little eyelets and one murdered little eyelet, which will get thrown away, but not in the trash can right here. I actually have a trash can for paper and a trash can for trash. Oh, and I'm wearing my different reading glasses because my other reading glasses are gone in the wind, and the other two pair just like it broke. So here we are. We've got our eyelets, we've got our little bitty cover, and now hopefully you've cut some paper. I dyed this paper purple, and I also used, believe it or not, I mixed in with the grape juice, I mixed in some raspberry lemonade that I didn't quite like the taste of, but I thought, and it did. I don't know if you can, the light, let me see if I can. There, maybe you can see it better now. My camera has a light on it too. Anyway, it's very spooky, Halloweeny, purpley with some kind of weird pink in it. And then I actually dried it in my dehydrator, which put these lovely speckles on it. So it looks kind of scary. Yeah, that's it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the inside of our little book together. I've gone ahead and done this ahead of time because I figured you didn't want to watch me fussy cut and ink. Don't forget to ink around all your stuff. It'll make it look much better against the black. Now, you're looking at all this stuff and you're thinking, how is she going to put all this stuff in that little bitty book? Well, there are lots of things going on. Okay, this is going to be our cover, and it says magic spells and potions. So I've got my cover. I want to make sure that we've got the cover. It's kind of hard because it lays completely flat to make sure that you've got the right part. And I actually take my hand warmers off because it's very warm. My Alexa is now letting me know that my groceries are delivered, and they were delivered 3 hours ago. I don't think that's helpful. Now, as you guys know, I like to label everything and do everything ahead of time, and have it all sitting and waiting and ready. Now, I know in a bigger book, like in my book of firsts, that's, not possible. But in something like this, and in our photo album that we're doing right now, we've only got a couple videos left for that. You can label all the pieces so you know where they go ahead of time. So this one says cover. So I'm going to do it this way, and I want to make sure I've got it right side up and a little bit of the edge showing all the way around. We want it to be even. We're very close to even, close enough for government work, as my mom used to say. She worked at the VA for 20 years, so I guess she's able to state that with authority. These two are going to go on the back cover, and it's okay if you go over on the tape a little bit as long as you don't go past the fold. So I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to layer this really creepy container with the spider in it over the top of it. I'm going to move them over a little bit. I'm not going to put them side by side. I'm going to layer them. So let me see where I want them to go. I think right there. And I think I might do what the Book Vandal does, which is glue backwards. Wow, look at that. It's in this soft bottle and it's still volcanoed. Not nice. It's going to be way too much glue for that. Alright, so I want to layer this to where they're going to be next to each other. And they're both on the page. It's going to be next to it. So that way it's glued on here. I can finish gluing the whole thing. but I don't have to take them both off and then not get this one where I want it. So now all I have to do is flip it over, clear that off, put it on my spare paper or on my cut. I have 2 cuts on my fingers. Did you guys see that little thing that I think Jeannie B posted on, or Jane posted on her Facebook group, that showed how to cut the plastic part of the Band-Aid in little strips so that you can go around either side of the joint on your finger and the Band-Aid will stick all the way around without blocking everything up. I thought it was genius. Except I use, so I don't have to wear a Band-Aid for a small paper cut that drives you crazy though. I use spray on Band-Aid. Okay, so we got the back done and the cover done. What do you guys think? Here's our cover. And then you flip it over and here's our back. So now we're going to open it up. And on the inside front, I thought I would make a pocket. And then there's this little thing with the 13 and the moth on it. And then on the back, I just took the black archival ink, the Distress ink by Ranger. Pretty sure that means it's Tim Holtz, and that's just gonna fit. So now we're just gonna glue the bottom and the edges. That's why I got my fingers here. I'm gonna glue the bottom and the edges, the bottom and the edges. There we go. First it's coming out all over and then it's not coming out at all. If you ever watch these, my other videos, you'll know I have a love-hate relationship with with Fabrifix. All right, so we've got that pocket in there. We've got our ephemera here inside the front cover. On the back cover, you're gonna love this. We're gonna put this that I cut out, this hand, and we're going to put it in as a tuck, and then we're going to tuck these in the side. Okay, everybody with me on that one? So this is how we're going to decorate our Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book. Doesn't take very long to make. It's not very complicated, but I thought we'd do something fun for Halloween. You know, because it's Halloween. All right, so we've got our hand, our creepy, what do you call it, palmist hand. Okay. Flor de Baraja, which I think it means fluid. Oh, I glued the wrong side. See? Talking and gluing. And then we'll stick this one here. It hasn't dried enough. I could probably take the hand off and let it dry and then re-glue it, which I think is what I'm going to do. I turned it over. You see, I wanted to glue the long side. So let's let this dry. And I have to make sure to put it back in the same spot. Let's go do something else. And then we'll come back. Now, these pages, this is meant for the reason we're using the elastic band is because it's meant for you to be able to pull the pages out, because it's just a little notepad book. The pages look a little big, so after we're done with this video I may trim them a little bit, but I don't want to take the time to trim all these pages I have in here, because the spine is a 1/2 inch spine. I am able to fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, I wish we should have done 13 for Halloween. Anyway, so we got 13 pages. We're not going to staple them or anything. And then look, I found this, the kit I'm using, like I mentioned, is Halloween by Victoria Design. And this is half of a page that's meant to be folded into a journal. And then I saw the skeleton hands and I thought, this is perfect. I just thought a little bit of extra decoration instead of just having the paper in here would look better. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie our elastic. We're going to feed it through the eyelet and then feed it through the other eyelet. And I have quite a bit of extra because I want to make sure that I have enough that I can tie a knot, because I'm terrible at tying knots. This is worse than a Christmas present to me, you know, trying to tie it. Plus I may have to take these right back out. I don't want to make it so tight they won't fit through. They're a little big. So I have a bunch extra. So I'm going to leave it though for right now. And then you just take it in half and you feed it through the elastic. Like that. Yeah, this is a little snug. May push it out the either, side of the cover a little bit. But then you've got your cover and your back. Ooh, it's scary already. Then you open it and you've got your pocket with the 13 in it. And you've got your creepy hand and your notebook. And then now I think our hand is dry enough that I can glue it on the correct side. And then we'll glue it on so it covers up the shininess from where I glued it in the wrong side. So we'll glue it on this side, which is where I meant to glue it. And then we'll put our ephemera in here. And it'll look like the hand is holding it, because that's just the way I wanted it to look. Get under there. Okay. All right. And then the very last thing is I'm using this tag because I really liked the picture on it, and I've decided to use it as a bookmark. So I'm not going to put it right here because it's going to fall out. So I'm going to stick it in here with the thing sticking out, and I may put a little black ribbon or something on there. Put my paper clips on the magnet. Okay. And then the very last thing is our scary tie. Make it look like a mummy. First I thought it would look like a spider web, but it doesn't. And I was going to wrap the whole book up so that it looked like a mummy or a daddy. Oh my gosh, that was like the worst joke ever. And remember, I dyed this with my alcohol ink that I told you how to make. And there, all ready to go, is our Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book. All right. Well, I hope you really enjoyed this video and had fun making your own Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book. And I will see you in the next video if I make it through Halloween. It's very scary. Can you tell I like Halloween? Anyway, if you make it through this and you don't get too scared and you end up with your Teeny Weeny Halloweeny book, then I will see you in the next video, and that will be about a second for you and a day for me. Bye-bye.